Okay guys, today we are going to be at the toy chest looking at the current toys and see what's available here in Hot Springs, Arkansas on Central Avenue. We look forward to having a great time inside, checking out the toys and bringing them to you guys. Hey guys, we are inside the toy chest and we've got some amazing toys in here, is it not?
It is.
So
This
cool.
is the coolest store. We discovered it years ago when our kids were little, and so we wanted to come here and show y'all what we found. It's in downtown Hot Springs, just on the downtown strip here, and so we want to show y'all around.
Hey, these trucks behind you, they're brooder trucks. Y'all, they're like realistic. They everything moves on them.
The fire truck actually shoots out water.
Yeah, I'll grab it.
So
Fire truck, it shoots the water out as a nozzle right there. It comes out the front. That is so cool.
there's a UPS truck that actually has a little forklift in it. So really lots of neat stuff.
Got the trash truck. There was a story not too long ago about a kid that liked the trash man coming by picking the trash up. How cool is that? I mean, and the back part works.
It lifts up and dumps your trash out.
It is so cool.
Just make sure your kids don't put real trash in it.
Yeah, don't put real trash in it. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, that's just one of the cool things for boys that we found.
And you know, this is what we like so much about the store was it takes you back to the old childhood Hallmark toy stores. There's nothing like this around that we know of. This is the only place that's like this. And for parents, for Christmas, birthdays, anytime they have layaway, and y'all, it's year-round layaway, so it's not just for Christmas.
Yeah.
You can come anytime. But especially when you're getting ready for Christmas and you like to pay it off, come and put your layaway in and pay it off little by little. Because I know as parents we had to pay it off each paycheck.
That's right.
And I think we're actually going to do some shopping for our kids who are 16 and 19 when we leave.
That's right.
So for every little girl, who does not love their baby dolls and their dress up? So they have some of the most unique dolls here and doll furniture that you can get. So wonderful baby doll selection. And come over here and there's even more dolls and babies. But then they have an amazing dress up section for little boys and little girls. We actually bought our nephews one year the little night set, and I think our kids fought to put the night set on that year. Our nephews had so much fun. And then the little girl mermaids and beautiful princesses, things that you don't see. It's not your Disney princesses that you get at Walmart. These are so unique. And would make perfect Halloween costumes for your kids too as well. I don't know if y'all have played with Groovy dolls. I think our daughter had just about every Groovy Girl doll there was. They're soft, they're completely stuffed, and you can buy cars and beds and closets and everything for them. So an amazing array of Groovy dolls. This is, I think, where we bought all her Groovy dolls, just about everywhere we went. And then stuffed animals. And this was always one of the neatest sections. And Bobby, I picked up the wolf for you. But they have an amazing selection of puppets. And we actually bought our kids' puppets one year. We bought Dale a puppet that he could put together and change out the parts. Bought Bailey and Al, and they had more fun. And they even have a puppet theater that you can buy back here behind the puppets. So you can buy the theater for them to play puppets in. So an amazing section. So they have an amazing section for your little ones from newborn up as well. You always think, you know, we always think of our older kids, but what about our little ones? You want them to have an amazing first Christmas or second Christmas when they're little too. So we have everything from bath toys to safe light up. These are really neat little light up sensory toys, but soft stuffed animals. And then some of the neatest, unique baby toys over here. And I actually want to share this one. They are going into toys that are bilingual. They've got books and other toys. And this is the neatest little puzzle that are two little owls. It's for ages 2+. And you put the little eggs together, and on one side it says green, and you put the green But then if you look up here, when you flip it over, the other side has the color like blue or green or whatever in Spanish. So great little bilingual toys. And I'm going to go on down through here. Some of the old classics like the little hammer, and you hammer the little pieces in. Great little area, and some cute little toys up here. I love the little beep beep and play up here. Some neat, just unique toys for your little ones. And then I just thought these were adorable, but the cutest little bibs. I thought these bibs were absolutely precious. Anything your kids want to be. Might have to buy this one for Dale's future child. So, and there's just so many toys for even handheld toys. Just rattles and fun things and chewies. Great little teething toys. So definitely come and check out the baby section and your old classic rocking horses. So come check out the toy baby section.
Alright, so here at the toy chest, they have got a chess area. Anywhere from learning how to play chess, they got books on it, they got the classical wooden chess set, and they have this beautiful set that's made of glass. It's only $21.99 for ages 14 and up. I mean, is that not beautiful? Look at that. And then, so it's back here, and then they have one that's it's got heavy metal. The chess pieces are heavy metal, and it's a very pretty board. It's like a box. And then they have these here. You got the chess pieces, then you have Civil War chess pieces, and then you have, well, I guess you're just Oriental chess pieces here. And so that'd be really cool. They've expanded the chess area recently. And then come up here and take a look up here. Over here, they have Civil War figurines. I know we have men that have been in the military that would find this very interesting. So Civil War, Revolutionary War, to modern day. Then you have the Army men. All right, and so we're here in this awesome section for kids, the Calico Critters. Look at all the things you have. Little bedroom sets, bathroom, living area, kitchen area, like a little house for your Calico Critters, and there's all kinds of different animals. So you have the Outback Koala family, you have the Marshmallow Mouse family, you have the Hopscotch Rabbit family, the Yellow Labrador family, the Elwood's Elephants, the Chocolate Labrador, the Hopper Kangaroos, the Poodle family. I mean, it just goes on and on. So cool to see these toys. I wish that we had a little one to get those toys for them. So it looks like a lot of fun to play.
Okay, so this has always been kind of one of my favorite sections. We used to buy these for Bailey, but of course in Hot Springs you have Oaklawn, and so they have what is the Briar Horse area. And you have any kind of horse you can imagine, all kinds of designs, as well as stables. And I thought this was really neat because I always remember going out with our horse and having to clean the stable, the wheelbarrow and the fork, and y'all, it even has little horse poop. Picked up many of that. And your riders, and if your kids have Barbies, it's great to even feature Barbies on these. So if you have a kid who is a horse fanatic or a horse lover, these are great collector's items, great for them to play with. And they are actually saying that they're going to expand this section after the end of the year, come January. So come check out the Briar Horse section.
Alright, so here's another really cool toy. They're called Midori, and this is the track that goes with the Midori cars. So here's a car with the track, but here's the really cool thing. they got the cars that you can build. So you can build the car. It's non-electronic and it's finger driven. So that's really cool. It's got the tools that come with it to help build it. Dawn, can you see in there? There's a screwdriver. So that is really cool. You put your finger in there to drive it onto the track, or just use your imagination and everything. They got a variety of cars to build, and it's really cool. Oh, and there's a collector's case here. You can put your cars in once they're built. Very reasonably priced stuff. I might even come back and get me a car. I don't know, but that's really cool. And so in addition to that, you got the footballs. You got the steelworks here that you can buy, dinosaurs. Guys, I would just encourage you to come check out the toy chest, because they got some really cool toys that you will not find in any big box store.
And this is where science meets crafts. They girls here can do all kinds of handcrafted craft stuff. So from anything from knitting, painting, make their own tumblers, pillows, all the way down. And who does not remember the old spirograph? I may have to come get me one of these, y'all. And just own and own. Just tons of them. Just the neatest section of crafts and science. So this is one of the new things that they have in this year. It's called the MagPad. It's $24.99, and I'm kind of addicted. It has the little cards that store up in here, and you put them up in here so they can copy. But you literally just run this little pen across, and they can draw a design. And she said that they've had kids that come in and said, "Well, where's the reset button?" Well, of course, nothing is really electronic in here. She said, "It's this. You just run your finger across it, and you push all the balls back in, and it clears it out." Kind of reminds me of those old, where you had the pens and the paper in the face, and you would pull the magnetic paper up, but then you just reset it, and you can draw whatever you want to. Again, I think I would be obsessed with this. I think I would just sit there. It's one of those things that you could spend hours on doing. So definitely come and check this out. I think we may be taking one of these home. I love this. The store here has the most amazing selection of books. They still carry the Berenstain or Berenstein bears. How did you pronounce it? Let us know. So a whole section of Berenstein bears. The I Can Read books. And then they have some different books. And guys, these are not the books that you're going to go to your book fair at school and find. They have the Treasury books, A Treasury for All Seasons. Thick book with all kinds of stories. They have some of your classics, like A Light in the Attic, Walking in the, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Some classic, Clap Your Hands, I Love You the Purplest. Makes me think of my cousin Linda. She loves purple. Even a Create Your Own illustrated book, where they can write and illustrate their own book. You send it in, and then it's published into a book. They have carried some series. This one is Sandy Lane Stables for your horse lovers. This is for maybe a older, probably a 3rd, 4th grade level reader. And then they're getting some for older ones. These are some of the classics, and I love these. These would be really neat for grandparents or parents to buy for their kids. Alice in Wonderland, Pinocchio, Aladdin. What neat books to put up and start collecting. And as always, Raggedy Ann and Andy, The Little Engine That Could, your classics. But then, you know, you always like, it's Christmas time, and I always like to sit down at Christmas and read books. at Christmas. And so you can do the classic, the night before Christmas, the wild Christmas reindeers, the 12 days of Christmas, or home for Christmas. And y'all, the illustrations in these, they are just beautiful. Okay, so they have a really neat section up here by the checkout that is great little stocking stuffer gifts. Anywhere from your dino hatching eggs to, maybe we ought to get these, Bobby, chicken fingers. There's two, so we can fling them at each other for your fingers. If you really want to get this, take this to Grandma's, it's the bell. The kids can ring it anytime they want Grandma or Grandpa. Don't keep it at home. And who remembers, I had these as a kid. You spin it and the rocks inside turn. So what a neat gift for your kids to take them back to how you grew up. And there's just so many different stocking stuffers up here, and even a few around the corner, some bracelets and putty, and then this was always one of my favorites for our kids. And y'all, these are $11.99, but they only $11.99, and they are so fun. Put the little ball in the nose, and they squeeze the tummy, and this ball will shoot out across the room. So fun. We loved it with our kids. So many neat stocking stuffers here to have. So for right now, we're going to go shop for our kids, because they actually have stuff that our older kids and adults would like, and for our nephew. So we hope that y'all come check out the toy chest here in Hot Springs. Remember, they have layaway. It's an amazing store. We love it here, and we hope this has been Shell inspiring to you to shop local.